Alright, hello guys, welcome to this new video. So in the last video I said I was going to be talking about the search, HTML input type set to search. Okay, so now let's make it quick. In our home page here, still the same page we've been using. I have a div here. Alright, inside the div I have just a little inline style margin 0 auto to put it in the center of the page, and then I give it a width of 50%. Nothing much, something you'll be able to do even far better than that once you get to the CSS class. Just ensure that in whatever you do, you ensure that you make it to the CSS class. Alright, so inside the div now, I have the h2 with the word HTML form, and that is just all we have here. That's just all we have here. All right, now so we want to make an input, set to search. So of course, the first thing, input is part of the search is part of the form. So we're going to write it inside this form. Now, first of all, let's have our label element for search. Let me call it for search. Okay, and I can have do I need to actually even have the label? Well, not necessarily. Let me just have the input and the button actually. So I have an input with a type set to search. Now you understand that you can actually use this as well. Okay, let me just leave it. If I have this, or even if I have the input with a type set to text, it will probably still, we can use it for the same thing. It is actually not this input type that actually makes it work, but the buttons and the form action that is going to make it work. If I save now, they are just similar. Both of them are similar on the page. Can you see? They're just similar. Nothing different. So I'm going to, but let's just use the one for search. All right now. So inside it we have a placeholder that says search. Okay, just search. That says search, and then we should have a name attribute as well. We should have a name attribute and an ID, attribute. Then for every search, there should always be a button. If you check other pages, if you take time, I'm not going to do that, but if you take time to check other pages, there are sites where you have what looks like a search bar. There is always either an icon or a button to submit. So in this case, being an elementary class, we're just going to have a button, and we've talked about buttons already. So normally, okay, so I'm just going to have search as well. Now, remember we talked about the form method briefly and the form action, and I said the action is the path where you submit, the path where you're submitting the form to. And they're talking about the method. There are actually various forms of method. You're probably going to learn that probably when you get to the advanced class of JavaScript, or most importantly, backend web development. But you know that we have I think we have about 5, 6, but there are two major form methods that is being used. It's either a get request or a post request. Now, if we are searching for something, we are trying to get information from a particular database through the server rather. We're trying to get. So in this case, method is going to be set to get. In the previous videos where we had a form, the user is submitting his own, information, the data. We are submitting it to the server. That is, we are posting information. But in the case where we are requesting for something, we're searching for information, the method is set to get. This should actually pop up options. Let me see. Can you see get and post? So in this case, we are trying to get information. Since we are searching, we are getting information. There are a few more um, methods. We have, patch, we have a delete, and I think two others like that. So we're going to set the form method to get. Now in this place, I said we set where are we submitting this request to? That's what we do here. So what we're going to do now is this. Let's make a more practical one so you can understand. So what we're going to do now is ensure. Let me save first and see what we have. As of now, this is what we have. Nothing serious, just this. and the search. If I click on whatever and I click on search, it's not going anywhere because it's not connected to any place. But what we want to do now is we want to ensure that if I'm submitting this, from here I can actually request information from Google. So we want to make our own Google search. So let's just customize it. This is the first div. Let me put this one outside. Okay. Let me leave it. Inside of it, I should actually have an H3 that says Google search. So here we're searching Google, and let me just copy this inline CSS style to make it align to the center as well. All right, now, so the first one we're doing now is Google search, and let me adjust this, the placeholder. Let's just change it to search Google. Search Google. All right, this is fine, and the ID, well, can just call it Google, even though we're not going to use it for now, since we're not styling it. Like I said, I've said it repeatedly, IDs are best used with CSS. All right, we're still going to add something here, but then, meanwhile, what do we have? Okay, search Google as well. So we're customizing this particular search example for Google. If I save and refresh my page, this is what I have. So what we want now is we want to be able to search Google from here. Now, how do I connect? Till now, if I type anything and I click on search, it's not going anywhere. And that is why, because we don't have the form action set to any particular site. So in the next video, I would show us how to, how to connect our local search box here to any site or any server we want to search from. See you in the next video.